Thank you, Coach. From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Straight ahead, we pull the curtain on the postseason with an AFC wildcard matchup between the Indianapolis Colts and the Miami Dolphins. It's that most wonderful time of the year, the NFL playoffs, as we're underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. A first carry now for Alex Collins. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. On 2nd down, here's Rosen. And this is Parker, complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Gone! 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 Gone!
Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down. They were trying to liven up this playoff game very early on. Pretty deep throw, but good coverage.
I think they were counting on the defenders being a little tight, a little over-anxious early, and trying to catch them flat-footed and get a big play.
Luck and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
On 2nd down, here's Luck. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. The first carry now. This is Johnson. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. The tackle that time by William Hayes.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's Luck now on second down. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one.
11.
To throw on second down is Luck. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4, and that'll bring up a third down.
To right. 12. Ready.
Out of the gun, Luck. Looking for Funchess, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Bobby McCain. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Back 99 Philly. Here we go.
Now Rosen. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware, a ball may come your way.
The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches.
Lucky 56. Gone.
They'll try and run forward with Collins.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, though, if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
They go right back to Collins. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first. That's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complimentary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
Here's a first down run with Collins. And now running right through it. And it showcases the spin. A pretty good gain before he's taken down. And after getting tackled, he's still down and looking very slow to get up. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami.
Detroit! Detroit!
A first carry for Kenyon Drake. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Calais Campbell on the stop. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Patriot! Patriot! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone! Gone, gone!
Here's Rosen. And incomplete. A disappointing drop there defensively by the rookie. And now fourth down.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? Third and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on third and short, but you got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they've been moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and of course they'd like to forget the ending, the interception, but they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Colts in possession of the football to begin quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 6 to start things out. Throwing his luck. And he hits his tight end, Ebron. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that. But it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
From the gun on third down, Luck. And he's got his man, Hilton. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Mack. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. And when you're running the football, one thing you don't want to see is a big boy coming up there to swallow you whole in those D tackles and nose tackles.
No, you're actually counting on your big boys to protect you from them. But on that play, the defensive tackle had the leverage, and he won the battle. No gain, correct?
No gain. A shotgun snap for Love. This one complete to Devin Funchess. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
What terrifies defenses when they see slant routes thrown is that the receiver is on the move, and oftentimes he catches it and gets upfield. Does a really nice job rallying to him and stopping him for a minimal gain.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. From the gun, here's Love. He can run for it, and he will. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
How about that scramble by Andrew Luck? Sometimes we forget just how big, strong, and, yes, fast Andrew Luck is. When he came out of college at the Combine, shocked everyone, ran a sub-4 840.
And he grew up a big soccer guy over in Europe, so he knows how to use his feet.
That he does, and I think it has helped his legs along the way as well.
Now a toss play. This is Mack. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. In on the stop defensively, Raekwon McMillan.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
Now a carry for Mack. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Johnson, and he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Already a pair of 3rd down conversions for them on this drive, but right now they need 5 yards on this 3rd down try. Here's Love. This is caught. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. They'll run it with Mack. And he takes it in for a Colts score. A great play there. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Colts are in for 6. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Vinatieri out there to kick this one away. Now it's Wilson. Oh, nice spin.
Oh, that brought back bad memories.
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. They'll look to throw on first down with Josh Rosen. They're complete. This is Albert Wilson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Remain here in the first half. Back with more AFC playoff action after this timeout. And with the play clock getting closer to 0, John Harbaugh is going to call a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They go play action. It's Rosen. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Play action here with Rosen. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
The Dolphins on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Detroit!
Throwing again, it's Rosen. Out to the right here to Wilson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Here's Matt Hawk now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Starting the drive with a give to Mack. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
They go play action here on first down. Rolling to his right. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
Well, let's give some credit to the defense. They did a nice job there as they flushed him to his right. But he is able to buy some time, extend the play, and turn it into a short gain.
On second down, Johnson. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
11.
On first down, Locke. Over the middle here, it's Hilton. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Luck now nearly perfect. 9 of 10 in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Here's Luck. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Go ahead. 12.
Again, Luck. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And Vinatieri's kick is good. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team, because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. is Luck. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's able to get up here to the 26. He'll get a couple yards on that one. And just like that, it's third down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
The Colts on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. To throw is Luck. Escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop. A man down on the return. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
no, tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
It's complete to Parker, left side. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now it's Rosen. He's going to air one out. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
The Dolphins on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7.
Gone, gone. Gone, gone. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Over.
From the gun, it's Rosen. And he's got his tight end. It's Mike Gesicki. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A gain of 26 on the third down conversion. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Detroit! Detroit! Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And past the 30 down to about the 27. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Watch it now, Barney.
Now Rosen to throw on 2nd down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, this is one of the downsides of being a rookie quarterback. You know you're going to get called out about everything you do that goes wrong. Here, maybe he's a little uncertain about where to go with the football. And at this level, uncertainty equals turnovers. And this one winds up being intercepted.
A run by Mack to start the drive. Gets by him at the 25. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts first down.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Mack on the toss. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. So now first and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 47. Now Brissett. Ebron with it over the middle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Give him 30 yards there.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Here's Mack. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it first and goal. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score one touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got one, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
He's going to get it running right. And he is unable to get in. They stop him at the line of scrimmage. They hold him again, and now all of a sudden it's 3rd and goal at the 1. The Miami defense trying to keep him out. They haven't let him in yet. Can they hold again here on 3rd and goal? They'll run it with Johnson. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Duke Johnson taking it in from a yard out. And the Colts add on to their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Now it's Wilson. And a great return. Solid field position. He's up all the way to the 45-yard line.
It's the 3rd quarter, and they're down on the scoreboard. And while no one wants to hit the panic button just yet, points are a necessity on this drive. What a great way to get set up.
Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10.
Detroit! Detroit!
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Justin Houston in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
I know there would be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Back now in Miami. It's Dolphin football, but they trail here as we get set for the fourth. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
The Dolphins on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
Let's go. Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
Here's Rosen. He's going to let one go deep for Parker. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Matthias Farley. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. He was looking for Parker that time. Facing this fourth quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock. They know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat. They'll run with Mack. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Play action now. Brissett. He'll buy some time right. Now he'll be hit from behind, and he is landed on hard. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
The Colts on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 11. The gun, Brissett. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here. Not done in the 4th. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
We just saw another example of really good defensive football, which has led to the cushion that they have in this game. Got to him once again, knocked him on the ground, forced an incompletion.
Yeah, they've set the tone. It's one thing to set the tone, another to come in here on the road and set the tone. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Rosen will throw. And it's caught over the middle. Wilson. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
On 3rd down, Rosen. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Malik Hooker. This spot in the fourth quarter with that deficit, had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
They begin the drive on the ground with Mann. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Ohio! Here we go! Grand 38! Grand 38!
A second down throw for Brissett. Throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a third down. Now the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yards gained.
Flex round! Flex round! Ohio! Ohio!
On third down, Brissett. Flushed out right. He's going to let this go. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Rashad Jones. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
Gun! 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 Gun!
After the interception, here's Rosen. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the score. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Jabal Sheard in there to sack him for a loss of 6. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that?
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 22. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Gun! 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 Gun!
They'll look to throw on first down with Josh Rosen. Wilson's got it complete. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll be second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down. Now Rosen. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it second and goal. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. To throw is Rosen. And that one's going to be over everybody in the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
What a job by this defense all game long. They've come together and really said, no one's crossing our goal line, and they're definitely not going to start right now.
You can just see the dejection. Feel like nothing is working offensively. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal.
No. Check, Patriots!
Trying to punch it in with Collins. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Alex Collins, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Dolphins use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point splits the uprights. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This will be taken in at the 1. Now a hit and a loose football. And a penalty marker's down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive. Yeah, this is going to put them back with a not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
Here we go! What? 90!
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Flex round! Flex round! Ohio!
2nd down, Brissett. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Give the Colts 13 yards and a 1st down. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And defensively trying to beat the 2-minute warning with a timeout, and they do. Calling it with 2:04 left. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Here's Brissett. On the right side, it's Hill with a catch. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Then the Dolphins getting set to go here. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not because this amount of time, gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. They needed some breathing room. He gave it to him. 11 yards and a first down. Back to throw. On the right side, open is Gesicki. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down. And the spike comes now with just under 40 ticks left.
Detroit!
He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Clock now under 30 ticks and running.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. Quarterback was hit.
And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Game on the line, season on the line. They're going for it here on fourth down. Here we go. It's Rosen on fourth down. He's going to let it fly. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. They go down to a knee and then